Welcome back, everyone, for week 2 of the 2015 NFL season. I had a pretty decent last week. I always start off very well, but traditionally the best week I have every year is week 2. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's get to the picks. The first game we're going to look at is the Thursday night game as the Denver Broncos go to Kansas City, where the Chiefs are 3-point favorites at home. Denver's had their way with Kansas City the last couple of years since Peyton Manning's been the quarterback, but he's starting to look old. Didn't look very good last week at home against an average Baltimore defense. No touchdowns for Peyton. That might be the first time that's ever happened. I think could be seen the end of Manning here. Now he goes up against a very good Kansas City team that people are still not giving respect to. I think Kansas City's defense is better, their offense is better, and I think they're going to easily win this game. So let's lay the points. Let's take Kansas City -3. Our second game has Arizona going to Chicago, where the Bears are 1.5-point favorites at home. Arizona, like Kansas City, is another team just not getting the respect. Everyone's worried that Carson Palmer, the quarterback, is going to get injured. Well, man, maybe. You can't predict those kind of injuries, but he's healthy now. And Chicago's defense is pretty porous. Arizona's defense is much better, and their offense is much better. It's a very low number for a very good team. So let's lay the points, and let's take Arizona -1.5. Our third game has the mighty Tennessee Titans going to Cleveland, where the Browns are 1-point dogs at home. What a debut for Marcus Mariota. He scored so many points they had to actually pull him in the third quarter. I think that's going to be the same case here. Cleveland is almost as bad as the team that he beat last week, Tampa Bay. The bad quarterback, bad receivers, not a very good defense. Maybe not as bad as Tampa Bay, but it's kind of like Tampa Bay light. I think this is an easy win, and Tennessee will go 2-0 to start the season. So let's lay the points, and let's take Tennessee -1. And our fourth game has the Miami Dolphins going to Jacksonville, where the Jaguars are 6-point dogs at home. Jacksonville might be the worst team in the NFL. Miami's on the rise. They squeaked one out last week by a touchdown on the road. I think they're going to do that easily here. So let's lay the points, and let's take Miami -6. Here are my over-under plays for this week. We've got game number 1, Houston at Carolina. That number's 40.5. Two really good defenses, actually, but two pretty bad offenses. So let's take under the 40.5. Arizona's at Chicago. That number's 45. Two very good offenses here. I think there'll be a lot of points scored. So let's take over 45. The third game, it has Atlanta at the New York Giants. 51 points is the number there. A couple of high-scoring offenses should put up a lot of points. So let's take over the 51. And the fourth game has Baltimore at Oakland. That number is 41.5. Neither of these teams have very good offenses. Should be another low-scoring game for Baltimore. So let's take under 41.5. Here's my let's take the man's money parlay play. Came close last week, 4-5. My stupid Vikings on Monday night. 5 games. We're going to take Kansas City straight up. We're not going to get greedy. We'll take Arizona -1.5 over Chicago. Tennessee -1 over Cleveland. We're going to take that over in the Atlanta New York Giants game, the over 51, and we'll take Green Bay straight up to beat Seattle. A $25 bet will get you $414.40. Good luck. Here are my straight-up plays for this week. 13-3, last week, not too bad. We'll talk about some games that could go the other way. San Francisco is on a short week, and they have to travel a bit, and it's going to be an early game. But you know what? They're catching Pittsburgh with very little offense right now, and I think they'll be able to run the ball all day. I'm going to take San Francisco in an upset. The Detroit Lions go to Minnesota. My Vikings didn't really show up last week. I think this is a situation where Detroit wins in Minnesota and Minnesota wins in Detroit. I got the feeling, so let's take Detroit in an upset there over my Vikings. Baltimore's at Oakland. The Raiders are playing back-to-back at home. Even bad teams don't lose back-to-back necessarily. Baltimore doesn't seem to have much of an offense, and the defense lost. Terrell Suggs. Look for an upset here as Oakland wins. And the Monday nighter has the New York Jets going to Indy. It's kind of the same situation for the Colts. They're playing a team that is very good defensively. It can run the ball. It's something that Indy can't seem to stop. Chuck Pagano is on the hot seat, the head coach for the Colts. You know, they didn't really get much from Gore, the running back, and Andre Johnson, who dropped a couple of passes. Their wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton, is hurt as well, may not play. In a wild upset, and this is going to bother some of the guys on the Facebook page because there's a lot of Colts fans, I'm going to take the New York Jets to upset Indianapolis. And those are my picks for this week. Good luck to you. Don't forget to check out my website, geoknows.com. There's lots of tools there to help you. And make sure you check out our Facebook page filled with all other NFL YouTube prognosticators. I'll leave the links below. All right, for the Geo Knows YouTube channel, I am Geo. Let's take the man's money.